practicing yoga, I didn't really meditate. It was very challenging for me to sit still, and I often left class before Shavasana. The more I practiced, I learned that meditation was a really important part to quieting my mind and also allowing me to be a little bit more relaxed in my daily life. Now, if you can't still your mind, don't worry and try not to judge yourself, because if you start this war with your mind of trying to still your mind, it just makes it worse. And so observe whatever thoughts come to mind and just let them pass. It's not a big deal. Go with the flow. Now, one of the most important parts of your meditation practice is finding a comfortable seat. For a lot of people, including myself, it's hard to sit still for a long time. So you can always sit up against a wall to help keep your spine straight, or if you find that your knees are up really high, you can sit on a pillow or something that allows you to lift your hips up a little bit higher. So whenever you figure out the most comfortable seat for you, that's where we'll start every day. And remember that meditation is a practice, so that the more that you practice, it will become a little bit easier. And I recommend finding at least a few minutes every day to meditate. Let's find our comfortable seat. You can shift side to side to get a little extra movement out of the way. And start to close your eyes. You can take your hands down on your knees, or palms can face up if you're looking to receive energy. Palms down for grounding energy. Start to deepen your breath in and out through your nose. And feel for stacking your head over your shoulders, over your hips. Lengthening your spine all the way from the base up to the crown of your head. Widen your collarbones. Relax your shoulders. And let this position feel effortless. Bring your awareness to your inhale and your exhale. Relax your eyebrows and your jaw. Notice what thoughts come to mind and simply let them pass, not clinging to any one of them. Let's stay in silence for just one more minute. If your mind begins to wander, just bring it back to your inhalation and your exhalation. Start to bring your awareness back to your body and just notice how you feel. You can bring a little movement into your head and your neck. And flutter your eyes open. And most importantly, let go of anything that just happened. Let's start on all fours. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips, and notice that your pointer finger is facing forward. Start to lean forward and back, warming up the wrists a little bit, bringing awareness into your shoulders. Just seeing how your body feels today. Let's do some cat and cow. Inhale, arch your back, look up. Exhale, round your spine, press the ground away, look for your belly button. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Try to slow your breath down. Last time, slow inhale. Slow exhale. And then return to a neutral spine. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Exhale, bring it through. Bring your right shoulder over to the left side a little bit for a thread the needle here. A nice twist. You can relax your head onto the mat. You can leave your left hand down, or if you'd like a little more, reach the arm around behind you and take it to your hip or even into your thigh. Breathe into your low back, your middle back, and your upper back, and finally your shoulders. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then slowly coming out, plant your left hand. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And exhale, set it back down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, bring it across. Bring your shoulder over to the right a little bit. Set your head down. And then leave your right hand down, or if you did it before, reaching it up and around behind you. Take a deep breath into your low back. Exhale, find a little more space. Keep breathing deeply in and out through your nose. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then slowly place your right hand back down. Inhale, sweep your left arm up. And exhale, bring it back down. Moving into puppy pose. This is one of my favorite poses to open up the shoulders. Keep your knees underneath your hips and walk your hands further forward. Start to drop your chest toward the mat. Keep your arms strong and straight. Either stay here or try to work the chest all the way down. Maybe the chin comes down. Breathing here. Keep pressing both hands equally into the mat. Send your breath into your upper back and your shoulders. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then just press back into child's pose. Slowly make your way up. You can sit back onto your heels, or if this is uncomfortable for you, you can just cross your legs. Either way, it's not a big deal. Take your arms out and then bring your right arm underneath your left arm. You can bring the back of your hands toward each other, or if you want to eagle the arms, that works too. Pull your shoulders down, pull your elbows down, and breathe into your shoulders. Keep your low belly pulling in. One more inhale. Last exhale. And release the arms, inhale. This time left arm underneath. Back of your hands together, or working to eagle the arms all the way. One day your palms will be together. Mine aren't. Inhale. Exhale, bring the elbows down, relax your shoulders. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then release the arms, inhale. This time we'll just bring the hands and the forearms together, trying to bring the elbows to about shoulder height here. Close your eyes and just start to breathe. At first it might not feel like much, or it might feel really challenging from the start. It's okay. If you need to rest, you take your arms down for a second and just come back in when you can. Keep your shoulders relaxing down your back, abs pulling in, face relaxed, mind soft and focused. Just one more breath. And release your arms. Let's get ready for dolphin pose. Coming down onto your forearms, you can grab your biceps to kind of figure out what your distance is here. Elbows are ideally underneath the shoulders, and forearms are exactly parallel. Let's start by melting the chest here, arching the back. And then exhale, press the ground away like cat pose. One more time like that. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. And then stepping back toward a forearm plank to start. And then as you're ready, starting to walk your legs in. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. Keep pressing your shoulders back toward your feet. And we'll stay here for a few breaths. If you can walk your feet a little closer in. Remember, you can bend the knees as much as you need to. It's not a big deal. Or working towards straightening the legs. One more breath. And then setting your knees down, finding child's pose. You can make a little pillow with your hands for your forehead. Rock your hips side to side, release your low back, breathe into your shoulders. Let's find our way into plank pose. Before we get there, plant your hands, pointer fingers face forward. Shift your weight forward and back, just here on all fours. And then pause with your shoulders shifted over your fingertips. Breathe and press the ground away, rounding your upper back. As you're ready, step one foot back and then the other foot back. You can readjust a little bit and then holding your plank, rounding the space between your shoulder blades, press the ground away, activate your fingertips. Keep your belly pulling in and just rock a little forward and back. We'll be here for 3, 2, 1, and press the ground away and find your first downward facing dog. Pointer fingers still face forward. Feet are hip width, hands are shoulder width. Again, you can bend your knees, maybe one knee at a time, walking it out. Releasing your back and your hamstrings. When you're ready, move into stillness for 3 breaths. Keep your arms strong and straight, grounding equally through both palms, grounding equally through both feet. On your next inhale, roll forward into plank. Exhale back into down dog. A few more times like that. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Last time, inhale forward. Exhale back. And then start to make your way to the top of the mat, walking your feet forward. Let your feet be about hip width, like 2 fists apart is good. And then bend your knees as much as you need to create this chest to thigh connection. And then you can grab opposite elbows and just relax your head and your neck. Let gravity do the work here. Feel for both feet pressing equally. Three more deep breaths. take your hands behind your head, interlacing your fingers, and start to bend your knees to bring your thighs and your chest parallel to the ground. Lift your elbows up. And try to lift your belly off your thighs. And then inhale to stand all the way up. Exhale, relax your arms down. All right, now we're warm and ready. Today we're going to focus on building strength in our legs. This is really important because if you want to have a strong foundation in your standing yoga poses or even just in your daily life, strong legs are a great way to do this. For me, my joints are hypermobile, and so strengthening my legs is a really important way for me to maintain safety in my knees, my hips, and my ankles. So I hope you have fun with this video. Let's meet standing. Bring your feet to a little wider than hip width. Toes can be slightly out, heels are slightly in. Take your hands into prayer, and let's squat down as low as we can, keeping the heels down. So squatting down as low as you can, and then coming back up. Let's do it 5 times. Coming down, and up. 4, down, up. 3, down, up. 2, last one, down, and up. And then let's go down and hold, holding wherever you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Interlace your hands behind your head. Come up, pivot your feet to face parallel forward, and make a connection with your chest and your thighs here. Legs are parallel to the ground, chest is parallel. Bring your elbows up and feel the burn in your quads for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fold forward, relax, release. Let your head and your neck relax, shake it out. Nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. And then plant your hands and step back into downward facing dog. Take a few breaths just to feel your body lengthening through your spine, keeping your knees bent if you like, or working them straight. Hips are lifted, arms are strong and straight. One more breath. Step your feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Exhale, round and step it forward for a high lunge. Bring your arms up overhead. Straighten your back leg as much as you can. And then start to bend through the back leg, touch your knee down, and then come back up, straighten both legs. Bringing it down, touch your knee down, and then back up, straighten both legs. 2 more, down, up. Last one, down, up. And then fold over your front leg, pyramid pose here. It's okay if your back heel is lifted, just stretch the front leg. One more breath. And then find your way back into downward facing dog. Step your right foot to the middle. Lift your left leg, inhale. Exhale, round and step it forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, touch your right knee down. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, down. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Coming up, straighten both legs, and then fold. Remember, it's okay if the back heel is lifted, just keep the front leg straight, back leg straight, heel reaching toward the ground. Stretch into your left hamstring. And then step back into downward facing dog. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Gaze forward. And then make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach your arms up. And exhale to standing. Come to the middle of the mat here. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Take your right hand to your hip and your left arm out. Hinging from the hip, reach your left arm toward the mat while your left leg lifts up, trying to keep your body in a straight line. And then inhale to come up. Bend your leg and bring it up high, touch your knee. Let's try that again, sweeping forward and down. Keep your right leg strong and straight, reaching down toward the ground, hips square, shoulders square. Coming up, touch your knee. One more time, hinging forward. And up, touch your knee. And then hinge forward and bring your fingertips to the mat. Now bend both legs, touch your left knee to your right calf. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, bend and touch. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale up, find a stretch here. And then bring your left foot down. Inhale, stand up, reach your arms up. Exhale, arms down. Second side, left hand to your hip. Right arm out in front of you, hinging from the hip. Lift your left leg, reach your arm down toward the mat. Inhale, come up, touch your knee, lift your knee up high. Exhale, come down. Hips square, shoulders square, chest lifted. Inhale up. Exhale, hinge. And then bring your fingertips down. Bend your knee, touch your knee to your calf. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, touch. Inhale, lift. Exhale, touch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, straighten both legs, find your stretch. And then exhale, set your right foot down. Walk your hands forward, step your legs back into plank, and then lower all the way onto your belly. Create a little pillow for your head, and place your head down. Okay, working into glute strength now. Bend your right leg and try to get your heel directly over your knee. Foot is flexed. From here, take an inhale. Exhale, reach your heel toward the ceiling so that only your hip bone is pressing down. And let's pulse here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax your right leg to the mat. Bend your left leg, flex your left foot so that your heel is right over your knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift your leg up, press your hip bone down, and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up, lift it higher for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax it down. Place your head on your hands and breathe, relax your shoulders. Awesome. Bring your heels together. Knees are still about hip width. They could be slightly wider. And then lift up here, pulsing here. Squeeze your heels together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax down. And press back through child's pose. All right, moving on to one of my personal favorite exercises. Come to a seat and bring your legs out wide. Now, this exercise is pretty challenging. The first time you try it, nothing might happen, but eventually you'll be able to do it easily, maybe. No promises. Frame your right leg with your hands. Your legs should be about 90 degrees here. If they're too wide, it's going to be really difficult. If you need to take them in a little bit more narrow, that's fine to start. So frame your right leg. The closer your hands are to your body, the easier that this will be. If they're out further, it's going to be harder. Press your hands down and lift your right leg. And let's do circles here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. If you need to shake your leg out for a second. And remember, just because that wasn't happening today or if you couldn't stick with it, doesn't mean you won't be able to do it next week. Switching sides. Frame your left leg. Prepare yourself mentally. You can do it. Press your hands down. Lift your left leg and circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch directions. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. Give yourself a little elbow, give yourself a little bit of love. One more leg exercise. Plant your hands down. If that exercise that we just did was really hard, sit back and bring yourself onto your fingertips. Now, the first time you do this, try to lift both legs. This might happen. Your legs might bend and your legs might shake like you're getting electrocuted. That's fine. It's where you start. But eventually your legs will stay straight and it won't be as bad. So hands or fingertips down, whatever you've got. Press into your hands and lift both legs up. Point your toes so hard and hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax. We'll try it one more time. Take a second, lean a little side to side. Whew. It does get easier, I promise. The cramping goes away, I promise. Just takes like 6 weeks. All right, round 2. Plant your hands. If that was easy, walk your hands out a little further. If it was still hard, remember you can just rock back and lift here. That's fine place to start. Okay, plant your hands. Lift your feet. Point your toes so much. Hold for 5. Smile. It makes it easier. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And just bring your feet into butterfly. Fold forward if you'd like. Cry a little tear, it's okay. Awesome job, you made it through leg strengthening. This is one of the videos that will really help you work closer to getting into the splits and other leg flexibility poses. We will need a strap, but if you don't have a yoga strap, don't worry, you can also use a belt or a scarf. That will work great. I just want to remind you that as with all of the flexibility work that we're doing, slow and steady is key. You don't want to rush it and try to force yourself into any of these poses. The most important thing that you can do is relax and use your breath to get deeper. All right, let's get started. Make your way onto your back with your strap. And bend your right leg and slip your strap around the arch of your foot, grabbing wherever you can. If you're really tight, you're welcome to bend your left leg to help you get a little bit more slack in the right leg. But it's very important that you keep your right leg straight, because if you bend your leg at all, you're taking the stretch out of the hamstring, which is where we want the stretch to be. Flex strongly through the right foot and breathe into the back of your right leg. We're gonna hold this for about a minute. So just stay here. Try to find a way to relax and breathe. You can close your eyes. Back off just a little bit. See if you can flex your foot even more strongly so that the stretch goes all the way through the calf. and breathe here. If you can bring the leg closer to you now, that's okay, you can do that. But just make sure that your leg is very straight and your foot is very flexed. The left foot can be relaxed, just hanging out on the mat. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. 3 more breaths. All right, now take the strap into your left hand and cross your leg over your body just a little bit here so that you feel the stretch move into the outside of your right leg, your IT band. Keep flexing through your right foot. 2 more breaths. Good. Back off, bring it back to center. Give your leg a bend for a second, and then straighten it. Take your left hand to your hip and bring your right leg out to the side. Keep your left hip down. And breathe into the inner thigh of the right leg, your groin. A few more breaths. Inhale, slowly come back. Bend your right leg, and then bend your left leg to thread the needle. You can remove the strap and interlace your hands behind your knee or behind your hamstring, whatever feels better for you. Flex through the right foot and breathe into the outer right hip. Use your breath to relax a little bit more. Release your left foot to the ground, cross your right leg over your left, and then just let your knees fall over to the left side of the mat. Try to keep both shoulders down. A few more breaths. On your next inhale, slowly come back and release your right leg to the mat. Grab your strap or whatever you're using and slip it around the left foot this time. If you did it before, bend your right leg. Otherwise, leave it out straight, relax your right leg. Flex strongly through the left foot and start to breathe into the back of your left leg. Close your eyes. And remember, you don't have to force anything, you just have to breathe and stay. And every day you'll find a little bit more depth in the pose, and every day you'll care a little bit less. A few more breaths. Let's back off a little bit. Flex the foot even more strongly. Feel the stretch into the back of your left calf. And then see if you can bring the leg a little closer to you, keeping the strong flex in your left foot, feeling the stretch all the way through the entire left leg. Last breath in. Last breath out. Back off. Switch the strap into your right hand and let your foot come across your body. Feel the stretch into the outside of your left leg. And breathe. Inhale, back to center, back off for a second. Find a little stretch. And then switch the strap into your left hand. Bring your right hand to your right hip to remind it to stay glued down. And then bring your left leg out to the side. Relax through the inner left hip. Make sure the right hip is staying glued to the mat, even if you need to bring your left leg up a little higher in order to do so. One more breath. Inhale, back up. Bend your left leg and come into your figure four. You can remove your strap if you don't need it. And then interlace your hands wherever is comfortable. Flex both feet. And breathe into the outside of your left hip. Three more breaths, slow and deep breathing. Okay, cross your leg over, and then let your knees fall to the right side. One more breath here. On your next inhale, come back up. Release your legs, hug your knees in, and rock and roll to make your way up. Cross your legs and come to all fours. You can move your strap out of the way. All right, step your right leg forward for a lunge. Now, when it comes to working specifically toward the splits, there are two main areas that need to be addressed. The hamstring, which we just addressed in the reclined poses, but now we need to address the front of the left leg. So finding your stretch here, all the way from the knee up to the low ribs, feel a stretch. Now, depending on your flexibility here, I'm going to show a more advanced variation. Might not happen today, but it might. If your knee is sensitive, you can always double your mat to put your knee on the mat to give a little extra padding. Now, eventually, I want you to grab the back leg. It starts here by just opening the chest, but eventually you can bring your heel in toward your butt. Now, don't rush this one. It's a little bit challenging on the knee. You want to find the spot that's in front of your kneecap so that you're not putting pressure directly on your kneecap. Breathe. If you throw a mudra in there, it makes it feel like you're really doing yoga. One more breath. And then release. Half split. But I want you to start to move toward a full split here. So you can start in your half split for 3 breaths, finding as much length as you like. But then as you're ready, I want you to start to work into more of a split. You can keep the front leg bent if that feels okay, or try to keep the legs straight. You can always use blocks underneath your hands if you need more height, but eventually working your way all the way down. But if you come all the way down and your back foot is doing something weird, don't come all the way down. It's not worth it. You want to keep your hips square here. Breathe into both the front of your left leg and the back of your right leg. 5 deep breaths. Remember, the more you can relax and convince yourself that you love this, the easier it's going to become. Retraining your mind, that is the point. Doesn't matter whether or not you ever do the splits, but if you retrain your mind, that's the goal. One more inhale. One more exhale. And then slowly you can shift to the right side and release. Let's make our way back to all fours. Left leg steps forward for our lunge. First, just taking a few breaths. You can always support yourself with your hands, no big deal, no worries. Feel the stretch throughout the front of your right leg this time. And then if you tried it before, you can fold your mat up if you like a little extra padding. I do. And then see about bending your right leg. First, just grabbing it, feeling the stretch through the right side of your chest. And then if you want a little bit more, to pull the heel in. Throw in your mudra. One more inhale. And exhale. And release. Half split to start. Straighten your left leg. 3 breaths. Okay, starting to work toward your split. And finding wherever you want to hold and breathe. But remember, if you do try to come all the way down, check your back leg. Make sure it's not being naughty. Make sure your hips are square. Both hips are facing forward. And then breathe for 5 breaths, whatever your depth of the pose is. And remember, even though doing the splits might look cool, it doesn't make you a good person, but the work that you put in to get there will make you more humble and patient, and that in turn does make you a better person. Keep working your right hip forward, left hip back, breathe, relax. Bubble bath face, so relaxed, it's like you're taking a bubble bath. Roll to the left side and bring your right leg forward. Take your hands behind you, find a little arch. Lift your chest. And let's fold forward. Just a gentle fold here, not forcing anything. You don't have to find your deepest forward fold. Let's actually point the toes for this one, and if you can reach your feet, stretch the tops of your feet. Still lengthening through the spine. So it's less about the hamstrings here, more about stretching the front of the ankles, working the toes toward the mat. I think pointed toes look pretty in yoga poses, so I like to stretch my feet. One more breath. And then flex your feet. Pull the pinky toe edges back specifically. You can rock your hips a little bit back. But try to avoid the habit of pulling the flesh away from your sit bones. It's okay to walk the hips back, but just don't pull the flesh away. Okay, 5 more breaths in whatever version of a forward fold you'd like. Finding as much length in your spine as you can. Inhale, look forward. Exhale to come up. And let's finish with just a gentle twist. cross your right foot over your left knee, and then if you want a little more, you can bend your left leg as well. Try to keep both sit bones down. If you can't keep both sit bones down, just extend the left leg again. It's not a big deal. Okay, plant your right hand behind you. Inhale, reach your left arm up. And then exhale, make a connection with your elbow or your armpit and your leg. You can either keep your hand here, or if you want to reach it around to try to grab for the inside of your right foot, right hand can stay behind you or reach around behind you. Gaze over your right shoulder, inhale. Exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Slowly release. You can showgirl, switch the legs. Or extend your legs straight if you did it before. Plant your left hand behind you this time. Inhale, reach your right arm up. And then exhale, make the connection. Try to keep both hip bones down. And then take whatever bind you did on the other side, whether you just kept your hand up or reached for the foot. Left hand can reach around behind you. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly release. Just find a comfortable seat. Close your eyes and thank yourself and your body